So, okay, well, we're going to do a little standing work first, and this standing is education in the fluid body model. So it really helps me and you both determine where you've been holding energy in your body and where you've been fluid. So it really helps me know where to work on your body. Okay, so yeah, good, you just corrected your stance. I'm noticing that you lock your knees back a bit, or you have, so let's unlock those knees. For you, it's almost bent, but not quite, yeah. And you could bring your feet a little closer together. So do you see how your left foot's kind of turned out over there to the Joneses? Yeah, bring that big toe this way. And this one, bring this big toe over in a little bit too. Yeah, good. Now go back to softening those knees. You may have to tell your client a dozen times to unlock their knees. It's okay, just keep doing it. Don't get impatient, don't make them wrong. It's okay. Repetition is how people learn, because it's a new what? Motor skill. Yeah, it's new. So they haven't done it before. And as you teach it, do it yourself. So as you say, unlock your knees, make sure you're unlocking your own knees. Okay. So we unlock the knees, and I'd like you, sweetie, to open your little toes. I have my socks on, but typically I take my little toe and I just really stretch it out so it really opens out. Yeah. Yeah, and notice that your finger opens. That's okay, because that's your brain learning. The brain works all four paws, I like to call it, your feet and your hands, like one thing until you differentiate them and learn how to do it separately. So when you're learning to open your little toe like that, like you were doing, your finger will pop out, because the brain thinks it's the same until it doesn't. Okay? Cool, huh? Okay, and soften those knees. See? Repetition. It's okay. Good. Soften those knees. Good. Good. Now could you just roll up your pant legs for me a little bit so I can see your ankle areas? In the fluid body consciousness training, we teach that your ankles are not a solid thing. They're not what's holding you up. Can I see both of them? Sure. Yeah. So we want to be able to see your ankles. In fact, no wonder I can see now. See how this little toe has been kind of collapsed in over here? You see how it's literally just turned almost under the other toe? You see that? Soften those knees. Good. This one. Good. Then open this little toe out. Really open this little toe out. So you haven't been using this, so you've built a bunion area here instead. Oops, excuse me. You see how you've built this and you've been using this instead of this. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Soften this knee. Good. Now roll this arch up just a tad. Yes. Good. Now bring the toe over there where it belongs. Good. Now open those little toes and soften your knee. Good. And roll up over here and soften your knee. Good. And come in your little toe. So I'm going to keep repeating this to Kelly because she's learning a new motor skill here. She's learning a new motor skill. Good. Excellent. So you've been leaning. Go back the old way. Lock your knee back and collapse over. See, you've been collapsing all of your energy. If you follow her leg line, look where her energy goes. You see that? Her energy has been going here, inside, collapsing on yourself. So if you pull this up, soften that, and open this little toe will start to grow back out here, come alive, and this will start to disappear. You won't need it anymore. Got that? Yeah. Now you're not much in here either. See, this is kind of floating. You want to point out to your clients that their toes are just laying there. They're not even being used. So it's okay to come out here into your big toe. In fact, you want all these to imagine that they're longer and they go way out here. Imagine that they just, stretch them out like you're pointing your finger. I want you to take that big toe and go like you're pointing that big toe. Yeah, that's a girl. And that'll start to bring this energy out here and back again. In fact, it goes out here, way out here, and back again. Soften your knee. Good. Roll this arch up a hair. Yep, just a hair for you. And then soften the knee. Good. And open this little toe. So you have to keep saying it over and over and over again. Because if not, they'll just go back to the old habit. Because this is a new motor skill. Got it? Okay, good. Good. Soften your knee. That's a girl. And roll that arch up just there. There you go. Do that with that. I can't see that one from this angle, but you do that one too. Good. Okay. Good. You're coming into that toe. Now this, imagine that these guys are popping a wheelie here. They can go in. I'm a skateboarder from the past, so I can. Okay. All right. There you go. But you guys didn't know that about me. Okay. So you haven't even been. Look at how these guys are just out here. They've just been like furniture. They're not furniture. They're liquid living processes, and you want to get your body to really come into here. So now, if you know this about someone, doing even 5 minutes of standing work like I just did with her, if you know that about her, then you know that she's got some stress vectors, yeah? And she's got stress happening. Good. we know that one of the stress vectors that you could do where you would do push-pulls is because a lot of energy has been going here, so if you start to align this leg on the table, you see, you can start to see how the standing work translates into the table work, yeah? Okay, good. And you come out here. And then I tell my clients that this little toe, Kelly, this little toe is in fact, these little toes carry the two largest meridians in your body. Two largest meridians, the gallbladder and the bladder meridian, and they wrap around your whole brain and they wrap around your whole spine and nervous system. And if these two are shut down, your lights are off, girl. Really. And I mean, not being derogatory, it's just that you have a lot of room to grow up here. I mean, like, to really, it'll be awesome. Yeah. When you just start waking up those toes, decisions will be easier, choices will be easier, stuff will come to you easier, you'll be more magnetic, you know, that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's really cool. Stand up straight. Soften your knees. Good. Yeah, because when you're grounded, your magnetic energy, your magnet energy will allow you to attract, magnetize to you what's yours. Instead of the stuff we talked about last week that's not yours.
Right.
It's just fluff. She knows what
nice way of putting it.
Yeah, well, it's a waste of time because you haven't been grounded. So come into these toes, stretch them all out like you're pointing your fingers. Yes, soften your knee, and you got to keep repeating it. You see, it's okay. Repeat because they're learning. So bring this arch up. Stretch the toe out and visualize this thing, this energy that's been stopping here and going out here into the leak. Visualize it going out and back again. So every time you look down here, say, my energy is going out here and back again. And you can get rid of this in 2-3 weeks.
Really?
Bunion surgery is a thing of the past when you understand energy flow.
So that's an actual bunion?
Well, it's becoming, it's what they call a bunion. It's the English word bunion, but what it is, it's the sixth toe. Trying to do its best to hold you up because you've been going, go back the old way. You've been going, yeah, go back the old way. She can't even, yeah. You've been caving in over here. You've been caving in on yourself. Yeah. You've been giving up on yourself. So as your self-esteem grows and you come connected and this opens out and this comes back, this will just go away. You won't need it anymore. In fact, let's look. There's a lot of blood. There's blood going here. See the blood? You kind of see where, but not much has been happening out here, you see? So we want this blood to go out here. We want the blood to come through. Right. See how there's very little blood been happening out here, young lady. Exactly. And you're not the only one in this room that's had this. So for you to do some nice footwork, structural foot balancing, foot freedom work on here would be really good. You have that CD, that DVD. Buy that DVD and work on your feet every day a little bit and get some blood happening out in here. And soften that knee and roll that arch up. Yes. There you go. Breathe. New motor skill, we need to breathe, let your arms hang. You're a good model here today. Perfect. Volunteer. Come in here, find your way. Find your way. Find your way in this one, sweetie. You can have life here too. Yep. You guys paying attention to this kind of stuff is better sometimes than putting attention outside of yourself. If you really spend time, a few minutes a day, just paying attention to you instead of out there, you're going to have a lot more fun. Come in here. That's it. Come in. Yeah. And can you make this one move? Soften your knee. Yeah. It's got some life in it. Look, it's starting to get red. Good. It's getting a little more life. It doesn't take long. 2-3 weeks of just practicing this a little bit every day, you'll have a new life. Really, a new foot, new legs. It's just so cool. Now, another thing we can do. Yep. Knee, arch, rolling up. Soften the knee. For you, if she's already somewhat bent in the knee, so you have to soften her a little further than most people. So it almost looks bent for her. Okay? Now, would you stand up straight? Let's see. Another thing you can do, if someone is really caved in, as Kelly has been in the past, because she's already changing it, you can brace here and ask her to align the leg. So this is just like what you did on the table, almost. Open the toes, really open those toes, big. Breathe, soften your knee. Now I'm going to take the weight. So you go into your foot, and you stand on your foot, but I'm going to take the weight of that caving in. Come in your heel. Find your heel. Put your whole foot on the floor. Put your heel on the floor, way down in here. Now soften your knee. Okay. And soften your knee. Soften your knee. Yeah, a bunch more. And I'm going to take the weights. It's really hard. Yeah, feel your foot without this, all that tons of weight on it. It's about 60 pounds she's been pressing into that. No wonder a six-toe groove. Sit up straight. No, I'm going to let it go in a second. I want you to feel it. Not bad. You did pretty good there. But you see, you can just take the weight. All you do is just, anchor yourself nicely and put your hands around. And you can take the weight that's been caving in on that arch. That's called, by the way, that caving in is called what? Who knows? Pronation. Yeah, she's been pronating, and she doesn't need to do that anymore. In fact, her leg's going to get straighter just out of this conversation. Her leg will start to go straight in rather than be curved. But the body work, the push-pulls really help stand up straight. Bend your knee. But don't say bend. Usually soften. There you go. Right there. Okay, let me have the weight. You open your toes. Toes can live without all that weight on them, and then I'm going to let it go. Good. Much better. See, it's already starting to come more here. Can you see? See the blood coming, guys? Nice. Okay. So it just takes a little bit of lessons like that, and boy, all of a sudden you have a new world down there.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Well, we all do. We all have our places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
So, wow.
So what did we learn? Let's all talk. What did we learn then?
I can like